Hey there, Nopenguin here. I am back, baby! For those of you who didn't notice, after Photon Hypernova dropped, I stopped making videos for the whole format. And after that break, and I was ready to come back to YouTube, and I thought, what deck would be the perfect deck to come back with? And I have chose a Penguin variant that I have had the most requests for of any deck I have ever gotten a request for. That deck is Icejade Penguins. Of course, you would have known that if you watched my trailer. But here is the list. Yes, this is my Icejade Penguin deck, and I am very happy with how it is. Icejades, and especially the new card we're getting in Cyberstorm Access, are a great companion to the Penguin deck. And up until now, I hadn't made an Icejade Penguin deck because I just couldn't find the right build. But with the new card, it just melded perfectly. Now, before we get into the card by card, let's talk about something we are not playing from the Icejades. We are not playing the Icejade Field Spell or Floodgates. And the reason for that is I feel like to facilitate this package consistently, you really need to invest a lot into the Icejade end of things, to the point where this would feel more like an Icejade deck and the Penguins would be getting in the way of that game plan, as opposed to being a Penguin deck that the Icejade helps the Penguin game plan. But with that, let us get into the card by card. Starting us off, we have Great Emperor Penguin, the Gep. We want to be playing this at maximum amount because just having this and Tremori in the hand is good enough to start our combos. Triple Penguin Squire for very similar reasons. Double Polar Penguin, it's our only Penguin tuner. And one apiece of Nightmare Penguin, me, Penguin Ninja, Penguin Soldier, and Puny Penguin. Moving on to our Icejades, we'll start with our new one, Icejade Agreen Ran. This is an amazing card. It is a level 7 monster where you can discard either an Icejade card or a water monster to special summon it, and you can then choose to special summon a token. Since it is a level 7 tuner and it summons a level 3 token, this is a very easy level 10 synchro. However, you can only special summon water monsters while you have that token on the field, so you can't go into Baron with this. But we can go into other cards like Sovereignty or even the Icejade Synchro. Either way, this is an amazing way just to get an extra body, an extra piece of interaction onto the field, and it feels so great to have multiple cards to get off of Icejade Cradle. It makes the deck feel so much more cohesive. And the star of the Icejades, Icejade Tremora. Discard this card, special summon any water from your hand. That is the effect, that is what we care about. This makes the Penguin side of the deck so consistent, because if you need that Gep from your hand, you need to summon out a Polar Penguin, you don't have your normal summon, Tremora is here, and it is very searchable and easy to get into. Also, if a water monster you control is destroyed while it's in the graveyard, you can banish it to special summon any of your other Icejades, which is really good. Finally, we have one Icejade Agreen. Now, I was really debating playing more than one of these, but with a one card combo we have in the deck, it is really consistent to get into this, so I really didn't see the point. Simply enough, if this is normal or special summon, you get to add an Icejade spell trap. In this case, we just have Cradle, but that allows us to grab any of the other Icejades to our hand, which is such a good consistency booster. But also, if this is for whatever reason stuck on your field during the turn, if your opponent targets it for an attack or card effect, you can activate an effect where this card cannot be destroyed by the next battle or card effect, and special summon a water monster from your hand or graveyard. So if your opponent does not read the card and they just attack into this, they are potentially giving you back a Gep, Sovereignty, Dragite. The sky is the limit with this card. It is really good for that, but it is not often that you will be sitting on this. And for the one card combo itself, we have Deep Sea Diva. This is the normal summon we want to go into if possible, even more so than Gep, because Gep can be summoned out with Tremora, but Deep Sea Diva needs to be normal summoned. And what we do here is we are going to be normal summoning these two. We'll go into this a bit later, but basically what this does is on summon, it'll banish the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck and allow it to level modulate either itself or another water monster on the field to go into synchro plays. This sets up a really consistent combo with Prima Donna, which is how we go ahead and grab the Agreen from our deck to not only add a Cradle, but be able to go into a Baron only with our normal summon. And then we have Triple Ash Blossom. Onto the spells, we have Triple Royal Penguin Garden to add any Penguin card we want. Then we have Triple Icejade Cradle to add any Icejade we want. Pot of Prosperity for even more consistency. One Called By, and Triple Infinite Impermanence. And onto the extra deck, we have Chen-Ying, Baron, and our Icejade Synchro. This card is a level 10 Synchro monster. It has a quick effect that you can make it so that your current monsters you have cannot be destroyed or banished by your opponent's card effects. And if you activate this in response to an opponent's card or activation, you get to then banish those cards that are either on the field or in the graveyard, which pairs really well with the Chen-Ying. Then just some regular synchros, Drago Berserker, Ravenous Crocodile, Dragite, White Aura Whale, Prima Donna. How this works is because we are summoning this off the Deep Sea Diva combo, your opponent will already have banished cards for us to use Prima Donna's effect to give them away those cards, but allow us to special summon a water from the deck. So while yes, it does allow you to get your opponent a card, it's a card that you know and that you have chosen from the cards that are banished to give them. So hopefully it's not a bad one. Coral Dragon, and Penguin Brave. Then we have Gossip Shadow, Access Code, Unicorn, Coral Anemone, and Masquerena. But before we get into the replays, I just want to take this moment to say please like and subscribe. It really helps, and only 0% of you are subscribed right now. But with that, let's get into the replays. Our first replay is up against Kashtira. We are going second, unfortunately, and their hand is really good. They got basically everything they could ever want. They're going to use the Libert to go ahead and normal summon out the Fenrir. Then they're going to go into the Kashtira Shangri-La. They're going to bring out Rizehard. Rizehart's going to do his thing, and we are going to get first of many zones we are going to get rid of. They're going to actually destroy the Shangri-La, so it'll detach the Unicorn, which is pretty good. Then they're going to go ahead and bring an Ogre from deck. A Rizehard, Papayas. We're going to go ahead and add a card and go ahead and add that to the material. Then we're going to go ahead and add the trap. We'll use Kashtira Scareclaw to go ahead and banish that trap. Big Bang will then go ahead and bounce back to special summon out the Unicorn, and we'll attach that once more. Then we'll use Libert to bring back Fenrir to go into a second Shangri-La, and number 8 and just... I'm just gonna save you this. We're losing our zones. Yep, and for draw, I get the third Squire. God damn it. Oh, I feel like I could Penguin Ninja here, use Squire to flip it up and get something going off, but they are going to arise out here and start the banishing combo once again. And I feel like I can probably give my way out of this. I feel like that there's probably a way I can, still combo. Let's go to the next game. Our next replay is up against Trap Tricks. They get to go first, unfortunately, but I do have a name for them at least. I'm going to be able to negate Mantis, and they are just going to Sarah 7-3 pass, which is not good at all, really. I get to go, and my hand is goated. I'm going to be able to go into the Gep, go ahead and grab a second Tremora. I will use the Deep Sea Diva combo, and I'll be able to show you what I meant. Summoning this will let us banish the top 2 off their deck, and will level modulate to go into Prima Donna. Unfortunately, we can't complete it because of the Lost Wind here, but we'd be able to get out the Rhine and go into a level 10 Synchro. From here, they're just going to use Sarah to clean up a couple of things, get a bit of advantage, but nothing too terrible. I'm going to Tremora and go into a Gravedigger's Trap Hole. That's fine, because we have Big Rain here, and we have to pitch the Gap, summon it out, and we're actually going to use the Prima Donna here, because Prima Donna gives targeting protection for the Sovereignty, which is pretty great. And we're going to go ahead and just use the effect Banish his field, and he will concede. Our final replay is up against Tier Elements. Now, I get to go first, thank God, and my hand is actually insane. I'm going to go ahead and actually get the full Deep Sea Diva combo off here, banishing the top 2, going to go ahead and level modulate into Prima Donna. Prima Donna will give him the back Heartbeat, but that'll let us summon out the Agrine, and we will use that to go ahead and grab the Cradle, go into Barone. Barone is target protected. Cradle will go ahead and add ourselves Big Rain, then we'll go ahead and discard Nopenguin to go into the Icejade Synchro. That way you're protected from banishing or card effects, and we're going to go ahead and use Gap to summon myself back, plus 2 more cards, which will be the Ninja Penguin and Puny Penguin to do the Wombo combo. Flip it, summon Squire, flip it back up, and we got a million materials to go into. We're going to use Ravenous Crocodile to draw 2 off of the top, and we'll bring back the Gap. Gap will go ahead and summon out 2 monsters to go into another level 10 Synchro. Sovereignty, because Sovereignty and the Icejade Link are really good together. They get to go, and they'll Kashtira Fenrir. I'll stop that immediately, but unfortunately they do have the Tier Elements Kashtira, but they'll mill off the top absolutely nothing, and I'll be able to negate the Reinhardt, and their hand is actually kind of ass, so they lose. And that was the deck. God, I am really enjoying the combination of these cards. As you can see, the Icejades really make up for the fact that sometimes our normal summon gets interrupted, gets negated, gets whatever, but that's perfectly fine because they are able to either extend themselves onto the field with Agari and Ran, or special summon cards from our hand with Tremora. And with all these consistency boosters and the Deep Sea Diva combo, it is very consistent. However, it's not all sunshine. Obvious flaws to the deck, and I would say a lot of Penguin decks as a whole, is that of resources. This deck can pop off insanely hard, but you completely run out your hand. You have a 1-card Barone combo, but sitting on Barone Pass is not enough, so you are going to need to expend the rest of your cards, and you're always going to need at least 2, maybe even 3 cards to get off your full combos. And because of that, while you'll have a very full board, if your opponent can answer that, this deck really does not play off the top very well, so there's always going to be that trouble if you have your board broken. But that is the Penguin way. All gas, dump the deck, and hope for the best. After Hulk and Auroradon got banned, I was in a really bad spot with the Penguin decks, and the last Penguin deck I made I really wasn't that happy with. So it's been half a year since my last Penguin deck, and my god, it feels good to be back. During my break, I came up with a lot of dumb ideas, and now that I have this competent Penguin deck out here, I feel like I have the freedom to show you some stupid Penguin decks. And if that sounds exciting to you, then you better damn subscribe. But with that, that is the end of the video. My name is Nopenguin, Penguin God, signing out.